Rob O'Neill. Rob, always good to see you, especially on this day we honor the fallen. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ed. It's good to be with you as always. It's a blessed day, a blessed Memorial Day, and it's important to recognize the difference. This day is to recognize the men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice for this country, and we're all here speaking about it, so we can have a blessed day and then make sure to toast one up to them because they would want us to enjoy it.
Absolutely. I wonder what you think. This is a person who took out Osama bin Laden. At the time, I'm sure you were trying to make sure his radical version of Islam did not take hold here in America. And now you look what Brandon Gill uncovered in just one school area there in the libraries in Texas, and the Quran is taking precedent over the Bible. The president made the point in his memorial address there could be no Independence Day without Memorial Day, the sacrifice you talked about. How do we make sure that sacrifice is not in vain?
Well, the first thing we should do is remember our history, remember our heritage and why this country is great, and then what we went overseas to fight. We went over there as a result of what happened on 9/11 when we were attacked by radical Islam. And people like me have been saying this even before 9/11, that there are a lot, there's, I guess, a lot of them, a certain sector of them that want to invade the West. They want to get into Europe, which they're doing right now, and they want to get here. And the easiest way is to come here as a minority and claim refugee status and get all the benefits and all this stuff. And they're going to be your best friend until they hit 51%. And all of a sudden the music goes away and the chairs are gone, and you're not going to be happy with what happens, because you're seeing it in England right now. They're getting I just saw a video of them outside praying outside of a Jewish school on purpose. That's not because they ran out of spots to pray. This is not necessarily a religion of peace. It's a religion of the sword, and they're doing it right now. They're creeping up slowly, but I mean, they're doing it in Texas for a reason. That's a red state. You got to figure, if this country loses Texas, they lose. If the Republicans lose Texas, the country, it will be a blue country. And you see everything from the Supreme Court getting more people on board, and then Puerto Rico becoming a state, and senators in D.C., all that stuff.
Yeah, they want to pack the court and all the rest. Let's talk about what the president is trying to do in the Mideast in terms of making sure Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons. He's talking about edging closer to a peace deal. The former White House press secretary in his first deal said she's hearing that basically it would be no dust, no nuclear dust, the enriched uranium, there's no deal. The Iranians will not get freed from sanctions. They won't get any money. Are you hopeful that this deal may finally come? We've heard various iterations of it.
Something's going to come. I'm just hopeful that all of the infrastructure in Iran doesn't get destroyed. They don't have a leg to stand on. They don't have an army to fight with, and their navy's at the bottom of the ocean. I'm amazed that the liberal left and the media is all saying there's actual negotiations. They don't have anyone to send to the table, really. It's just a matter of they're not getting any nuclear weapons. We're certainly not at the point to send him any more cash. They're going to get beat until they lose. And Donald Trump's not worried about the midterms, honestly. He's doing this for his grandchildren. He's not a politician. He's got stuff in order for the long game. That's what he's doing. He's going to beat them until they lose. I've been saying that for a long time. It's going to work.
He's doing it for his grandchildren, maybe his children as well, like Donald Trump Jr., who's firing back at some of the war hawks like Senator Lindsey Graham, who spent much of the weekend fighting against the president, trying to talk to Iran, trying to get a deal here. Don Jr. saying this is a huge win for America, the progress in those talks. We need to ignore the people, I guess even in the president's own party, who won't be happy until there's a ground invasion of Iran. My father promised to stop Iran from getting a nuke, and that's exactly what he is achieving. Your thoughts on even Don Jr. saying, look, let's quiet this down, talk of a ground invasion. You agree with him?
I agree with Don Jr. completely. We don't need a ground invasion, but people who have been in the Senate forever, like Lindsey Graham, who love wars but have never been to them, and they fill their pockets because we send men and women on the ground. He's going to love it. He's never met two things: a war he's never loved and a war he's ever been to. He's making money, and someone's got dirt on him somewhere. The Trumps are doing it the right way, there will be a negotiating deal, because you got to remember with whom we're dealing. And Donald Trump, he's the art of the deal. But this one comes with a lot of punches to the face, and they won't stop until he gets 100% of what he wants, which he will.
Got it. Before we go, Taya Kyle. You know her well, the widow of the late American sniper Chris Kyle. I've interviewed her before. She's firing back at this radical Democrat candidate for Senate in Maine, Graham Plattner, the guy with the Nazi tattoo. Plattner attacked her late husband's service, as you know, and basically said he was killing innocent people. He wanted to get his kill numbers up and the rest. She called these remarks cowardly and cheap. We know Kyle reached out to you after your heroic mission taking down Osama bin Laden, and he sent you a signed copy of his book saying, great shot. You can talk about that relationship on this Memorial Day. What do you make of Graham Plattner not just saying these awful things, but he's got a real shot to be a U.S. Senator. The Democrats are all looking the other way.
Right. The Democrats don't care. They want the seat. They don't care what he said. Graham Plattner is a combat vet. I do give him a little bit of, a couple grains of salt with this. You don't say that about someone. I have seen the vet on vet hate, and I'm here to tell you right now, if someone has an anonymous Reddit account of veteran bashing veterans, he's not really Senate material. And that what goes on here. I've seen Reddit. It's pretty bad. Not Senate stuff. But yeah, that's bad stuff to say. That's a lot of jealousy, and you see it on pages like Reddit. Unbecoming. You should get off of there.
There you go. Rob O'Neill, we appreciate your service to this great nation, and thank you for speaking out today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.